Hello everybody, this is Mark Werber, the Director of Association Management Software. Thank you for attending today's webinar. I have two special people joining me today. Nicole Harris, Senior Support Representative.
Hello everybody.
And Brian Young from our sales staff.
Hello everyone.
We have a great topic for you today. It's Recent Features Review. It's been a busy year at Rapattoni, and we're going to sum up all the features that we've rolled out to you in the past year.
Today's webinar will be viewed in our most current version of Magic, which is 10.107. If you have not upgraded to this latest and greatest, we encourage you to do so.
Let's jump right into today's agenda. It's been a busy year at Rapattoni Corporation. We released Magic 10. Magic 10 is chock full of new features, so we're going to review some of the most important ones with you today. We're also going to review our Magic Resource Center that is full of informative articles and all these webinars that we've been producing for you. Then we're going to close out with the What's New section that includes system evaluations and an introduction to integrated website services. Let's get started by talking about Magic 10. We released Magic 10 this year, Nicole, and Magic 10 has a bunch of new features that I think our customers are sure to enjoy. The first thing is that as your screens get bigger, the applications seem to have gotten smaller. So we've actually added the ability to expand the screen to any size that you like, all the way to full screen. That's a huge improvement from the size it used to be, which was a quarter screen, all the way to full screen. And Magic will remember your preferences. So if you escape or close the application and reopen it at a future date, it will remember your screen settings. Also, Magic has a brand new stunning color palette. Notice that we have alternating rows of white and blue, which really make the information on the screen a lot easier to see and read. Another nice feature is we moved the field headings into the grid. What that means for you is that you can drag and move these fields around. So notice how I'm moving the member number to the first column, or you can resize them. So I'm shortening the first name, maybe extending the office name. And then finally, you can resort these columns. Currently, the member query form is sorting by last name, but if I click on the member number, it's now sorting numerically by member number. We've added some new buttons to the toolbar as well. The first one is this Set PDF Output. You can now set PDF as your default output. So every report that you print out of the system will automatically go to an internal PDF program instead of prompting you to send to your printer. In addition, we've added a quick export that you can export the data on the screen easily into Excel. Watch how I do this. I'm going to click on Export Data. It's going to prompt me with a few questions like what type of file, text. I'm going to give the file a name, the action, create and open the file. When I select Next, it's going to show me all the fields of data that are included in that file export and the column order that they're going to come out. The wizard will now take me to one more question, is how do I want them separated? In this case, I'm going to separate my field delimiters by commas. Now since I named it a CSV, when I click Finish, that information should go directly into Excel. Wasn't that easy?
That was very easy.
So now you can export data directly from the screen into Excel, including picking your field delimiters as well as the columns that you want to display. A lot faster than using the merge. And then finally, one new button on the top of the screen. After you've been sizing your screen back and forth and you just want to set it back to the default, you can just set default settings and it'll set everything back to its original form. So the columns will be back in the right order and it'll be back to the default settings. All right, let's review. So we released Magic 10 this year and it's full of new features. Some of the ones that I like the best are the brand new colors for easier reading, the ability to resize those commonly used screens, You can now move columns around for easier viewing of the data, as well as resorting those columns. Reports can be saved in a PDF format. And you can quickly export your display results. Magic 10 is also compatible with all current versions of Windows, including Windows 8.
Excellent information, Mark. As most of you are already aware, NAR changed the way we communicate member and office information. With the inception of Magic 10, we modified our software to be compliant with NAR's CDB or central database. With the latest release, we added some exciting functionality. We know and we listened about the secondary information, so we are now able to communicate secondary information. In addition, when you add a new member, you now have the ability to add them in real time, meaning the second you add them, they can be added at NERDS. This fixes a big problem that we used to have in the past where you would add the member, they have to be added to NERDS, then you could come back once they're added and then you can charge them their dues. Now that is no longer the case. You can add them and immediately charge their dues.
That's very convenient.
Our Compare CDB utility that's located in the member CDB query form is a great tool and has had some improvements done to it by way of now we return only the differences. In the past we would display everything and then the differences would be in red, but now you will only see the exceptions. We've also improved the functionality for our state associations. And lastly, we've added the ability to communicate education and financial information.
Well, we've done a huge amount of work on the CDB over the last couple of years, and now it's finally finished and full functioning and really easy to use. Did you know that Internet Member Services received a makeover as well? Let's take a look at some of those improvements. Internet Member Services received a total makeover to include updating it with a modern new color palette. The menu has got a gray background with white colored borders. Everything's reorganized to efficiently use space within the browser, and the gradient bars clearly identify separation between the menu items. Let me show you an example of the education calendar. Oh, my session has expired. That's okay. We'll log back in. Let me show you an example of the education calendar. Here's an example of a calendar where we're efficiently using the space in the browser and the classes have clear separation. If you're using framing, in other words, you're framing IMS into your own website, the responsive design really allows you to resize the screen to any size that you like. And then here's one more brand new feature I'm sure our customers are going to like, is based upon your feedback, we actually added a section in the class information form where you can put a detailed description of the class.
And this is actually huge because in the past we didn't have a way of displaying this on the screen at the time. We could offer you the ability to produce some type of document that you could attach to the class that they could click on and would bring up information. But now you have a section here where it's right on the screen. They don't have to go to any other type of window to view this data.
Just type the information in the class information form and here it is right on the screen. Let's review some of the features of IMS. So IMS received a fresh new color palette with a new modern look and feel. All the pages have been re-engineered to efficiently utilize space within the browser, as well as the responsive design will allow you to frame it. And we've added a descriptive text to all classes and events. Oh, here's a little sneak peek into something that I think our customers don't know. Did you know that you can customize the online application by renaming the field headers, hiding fields, or organizing the sort order? To save time, we use print screens, but let me show you an example. Here's a sample of the online membership application. It includes fields about the member record that maybe you don't want to display or don't want to ask your new applicants to fill out. Things like fax, gender, or birth date. Those fields can be easily removed from the screen, as well as any one of these fields can be renamed, or you can resort to the information on the screen for a different type of flow.
If you are interested in doing any kind of this modification to either your member or non-member application forms, please give Rapattoni support a call. This is a function that is RAP only, so you will need to give us a call. If you could have ahead of time kind of what you'd like to remove and or rename, that would be fantastic.
We'd be happy to help you to update your online application.
Okay. Did you know that you have a wealth of information right at your fingertips? Every time I go on training, I like to point these out because inevitably I find at least one person that doesn't know about this information. So I'd like to talk about our online help and documentation and how it can solve many of your training needs. So let's start by demonstrating how you get to this location. So in Magic, under the Help menu, you'll see that there's two sections for help. In Magic, we have two different ways of getting to the help sections. We either have the form help or the field help. Now, field help will be if you're on a specific field and you press the F1 key, it will bring up any information about that particular field. If you don't have any of that, then it will produce what we call form help, which gives you all the information about that particular item or that particular page. I'd like to also talk about our documentation. So let's go back under help and then go all the way down to documentation. So by clicking that field, this will produce a form that will show you all of the printable online documentation that we have. So as you can see, we have sections for the manuals. The Getting Started manual is the one that I direct all new staff to go into review because it gives you a great synopsis of the basics. For your accounting department, we have the accounting supplement. For your designated software administrator, we have the manuals that includes how to add rights and groups for your staff. And then we have the Internet Member Services supplement, which explains how to turn on, turn off services, etc. On the reference side, we have our keystroke chart. That is the way that you can navigate through the system, whether you're a mouse person or you're a keyboard person. And then the laser roster samples, the statements, etc. This is all information that will give you examples of how to produce these documents with the format options that we've chosen. The other section I'd like to discuss is our Magic Resource Center. And in order to access our Resource Center, again, you'll go under the Help menu and then go under About Support. And as you can see on this form, we also have other information that you will need when calling into our support center. So we will ask you for your support ID, which is displayed on the screen. We'll also ask you what version of the software that you're running, and that's up in the upper left-hand corner. In addition, we have all of the contact information to contact support right below. So let's go to the Magic Resource Center. So you can click on that button right there. This takes you directly to our Resource Center on our website. So as you can see, there's a lot of information here. The items that I'd like to cover here are the support articles. So under the Magic Support Articles section, we created this by way of suggestions from our customers and the types of calls that we received during any period of time, like dues. So if we got a common question throughout the time frame, then we would create an article about it and we would publish it. In this section, you can see that you can sort by article, you can sort by category, or if you know some sort of text that you want to look up, such as CDB, you can go ahead and click OK or Go, and then it'll bring you all the articles that are related to that particular topic. So let's go back to the home for a second. And I want to also point out we have training guides. This training guide is great for new staff as well, and they can use that in conjunction with the Getting Started manual. We have our section for the webinars and training videos, such as today. When we conduct webinars, we record them and we have them listed here. You also have the ability to register for the most recent webinar here. Okay, go back to home. And then under this section, we have that you can suggest or submit an article. So if you have something that you would like to see published, please go ahead and suggest it. We encourage you to suggest topics you'd like to see. And also joining our mailing list. So if you're not currently on our mailing list, please go ahead and join, and you will get all of the future releases of our release notes. You will get the monthly webinar invitations and the monthly articles, which you can see in the center of this screen. We put in our most recent article as the highlighted topic. Oh, go back to this slide. Okay. Lastly, for new and seasoned staff, we offer on-site and phone trainings to cover specific items. If you're interested in a one-on-one training with a member of our support staff, please contact us to schedule. So I'd like to just recap. We covered how to access our help and online documentation, how to access our Magic Resource Center on our website, and discussed how your organization can obtain specialized training via telephone or on-site.
Did you know one of the most common questions asked of me is for a function that already exists? I can't tell you how many times I've heard a comment made, Magic can't do that. Magic has decades of experience and is designed specifically to run your real estate organization. It can do many of the tasks that you ask of us. So what we'd like to do is offer each one of you attending today a complimentary system evaluation to analyze your daily business processes. I think if we work together, we can come up with solutions. So leverage the knowledge of the Rapattoni support staff. They're not just there to answer your questions, but we can go above and beyond. Together, I think we can develop solutions that will meet your needs.
I agree with you, Mark. As I reiterate, when I go on site, this is one of the biggest things that I find is staff doing things, in my opinion, the hard way. There are so many ways to do functions in Magic that everybody has their way of doing it, or the person that they took over for, they pass down their notes, and that's what they've learned. But I like to come in here and say, okay, what is your end goal? What is the result that you're wanting to achieve? And work with you guys to find the most efficient way of doing things.
We're going to be reaching out to each and every one of you and asking what we can do to help. We're going to evaluate your system and offer solutions the best that we can. So we'll be reaching out to you here in the near future.
All right, everybody. My name is Brian Young, and I'm with the sales department here at Rapattoni Corporation. And I wanted to give you guys just a brief overview of what we call IWS. Really stands for Integrated Website Services. What IWS really is takes the entire package of all of our products put together in one website. The website itself provides a number of different versions or looks to the site. What we're looking at here today, right now, is just the public-facing website that IWS offers. Just want to highlight a couple different features with the site that the consumers in your area would experience. One is they can find all the different homes for sales, the open houses, realtors in your area, and buyers and sellers. Again, these are just buttons that we've set up, but what we utilize is the Joomla Foundation to create this website and launch it with you guys. Now, that's the best part about this. There's a content manager, as well as then a complete responsive design template. What I mean by that is that when I make the screen smaller, it's going to adjust to the size of the device that's hitting the site. So we are very much paying attention to the mobile industry today, and want to make sure that the public as well as your members can access the site with whatever device they use. So again, I talked about a number of different sites. The next site, or the next version that I'd like to show you guys then, is when I click the login button. Now instead of having my consumer hat on, I'm going to put on my realtor hat and actually go through the login process. When I click login, at that point, I'm going to put in my username and password. It knows who I am. It says hello, and it gives me my name. And now I've got the members only portal. It knows exactly who I am and presents me with all the different SSO links that are capable. What is SSO? It really stands for single sign-on. We leverage your Magic database to authenticate the user, and based on the type of user that they are, we then present them with the different third-party links that are available that you guys have set up for your members. Just to point out, we've got things like RPR, zip forms, documents online, statistics, and even your MLS. So just real quick, a couple other features that we have about the site is I talked about integration. Well, not only can you integrate your entire Magic solution here, but you can also integrate IMS. So if I click on Member Center and go to My Membership area, and again, this is just kind of the way that we've set this up in a demo format, but all of these links on the left-hand side are IMS. So at that point, if I wanted to see what my dues and fees were, all I have to do is click on that link, and this takes me right into the IMS server. This, as Mark showed earlier, can be framed to be responsive in your site, or pop up as a new window as we did here. So you can see this is taking me right into my account, showing me all of my membership dues, miscellaneous charges, and even a way so I can view my paid or unpaid invoices. If I close that window, taking me back to the IMS site, I have other links here as well. So any of the different endpoints that are available for IMS can absolutely be customized within this IWS site. So if I go back here to the home page. Now also a couple of other items really quickly that I'd like to point out is that the calendar. A full calendar is available for showing you the events and classes module. So anything that you input into Magic using events or the classes module would output directly to this calendar. So if I just scroll over to a previous class that I've got here and I click on under all the land real estate basics class there, it'll give me the opportunity to register for the class, and I'm doing all of this online without any interaction with the staff. So again, a direct output of Magic right here on the calendar. This is exportable by your agents. They can import it into their existing calendar, and it's also presenting them with any of the different classes or categories that's specific to their membership type. All right, so going back to the home page as well, a couple other things. We also have a page set up for quick links. Again, I talked about SSO, so this could be one way that you could really present or promote some of the different third parties that you guys work with within your association. So again, this is just a quick glimpse, quick look at what IWS is, but what we also offer a number of different ways that this can be designed. Our implementation team within the IWS department would love to work with you guys more, and please just contact me if you guys are interested. So in summary, and I'm going to switch over here to our PowerPoint. Never let the sales guy touch the computer, right? All right, so in summary, the IWS site, it's a public-facing website, gives your association the ability to have a modern, nice look out there to the public for all the different IDX links and MLS specific links that you'd like to make available to them. There's authentication within the Magic database for the member, providing a members only portal where we can integrate all the different items within the Magic service, being IMS, we call Integrated Membership Services. And there's also a full content manager, a part of this IWS site, that allows you as staff to create articles designed around the type of agent that's logging in to the IWS site. Again, there's a layer for single signups for all the third-party applications, and like I said before, the integrated Magic calendars from the events and classes module within Magic. So that's what we're all about here with this IWS site, is tight integration for both your MLS and the Magic database. And at that point, I think I'm done. I'm going to turn this over to Mark.
That was great information, Brian. Thank you. We covered a lot today, and it's been a busy year here at Rapattoni Corporation. In summary, we released Magic 10 this year. Magic 10 is chock full of new features, and it received a makeover, as well as Internet member services. Our Magic Resource Center, we're keeping it up to date with current articles, webinars, and lots more information. And what's new on the horizon? System evaluations for our customers. Let's partner together to find solutions. And integrated website services. Any questions from our group? Okay, here's a question. We're currently on version 10.1.6. Can you tell us the changes we would get if we went to 10.1.7? Yes, I could tell you the changes, but I don't want to tell you all over the webinar. So what I'm going to recommend that you do is go to our Magic Resource Center and click on What's New. Matter of fact, let's do that together. So we're going to go to the Magic Resource Center, click on View What's New in Rapattoni Magic. Every time we do a version release, we cut notes for that version release as well. So for every version that you're on, there will be release notes that will show the current features that we've included, as well as bug fixes. Any other questions from the group? Okay, if there's no more questions,
we'll see you in San Francisco, guys. We're going to be there in San Francisco for Realtor Conference, November 7th through the 11th. The trade show opens the 8th, so that's what that graphic is referring to there. And then we also have a meet and greet going on Sunday, November 10th from 5:30 to 7. So please stop by the Marriott Hotel. The atrium level is where we're going to be, and come by and see us. So again, see you in San Francisco, guys, and I think we have, I think that's about all we've got from the crowd. I'm going to turn this over to Mark and Nicole.
hey, thanks for your time today. As you know, these webinars are a huge success, so we're already planning our next one. The next webinar is going to be on November 27th, and guess what it is? Staff Picks, Tips, and Tricks. That's right. We're going to present our top Did You Know tips and tricks chosen by our Rapattoni staff as well as our customers. We're going to share our favorite tips on how to efficiently use Magic. Experts and novices alike are sure to learn something new. Talk to you guys next month, or we'll see you at NAR.
And as a side note from myself, I just wanted to thank everybody for attending today. We really appreciate your time, and we encourage you to contact support if you have any questions. If you can't make the phone call, that's okay. Just send us an email, and we want to work with you to get Magic to be everything that it needs to be for you. Okay, thank you.